What I want to have a quick chat about today is something that not a lot of property investors actually get time or headspace to think about, and that's their position of defence. Because we talk about in our business A, B, C, D, the asset selection, the borrowing power, the cash flow management and the defence. But let's be honest, there's a lot going on in the A, B, C, and the poor old D is often not really considered enough, but in my view it's unbelievably crucial. And that's really, if you think about it, we've got to defend our assets, we've got to defend our income, and we've got to defend our lifestyle. And most people are quite comfortable with defending their assets. In a sense of their own home, they'll get building insurance to make sure in the unlikely event something happens to it that they're covered. As a property investor, they'll get landlord's protection insurance, which also covers them from the tenant from hell and some liability. But do you actually think about what happens if you lose your income? And think about that. The whole portfolio that you are building through the accumulation phase relies on you having your income. And that's where a lot of people have anxiety around whether or not they'll lose their job. So going to a suitably qualified and competent financial planner, they can help mitigate that risk by putting some protection around your income in the form of income protection insurance. And what that means is because your income is so incredibly crucial, and usually perhaps you and your partner's income becomes really, really crucial. What that does is if for some reason outside of your control, you're in a position where you can't earn your income for a short period of time or even a longer period of time, you're actually covered. You've got some money coming into the household that allows you to still meet your obligations and ultimately take away some of that fear that people have around getting into more debt. So it's important that we defend our income as well as defending our assets. But the other thing that we need to defend is our lifestyle. And by that I mean, what happens previously I said what happens if you lose your income for a short period of time. What if you actually lose your income indefinitely or in fact forever? For something that happens to you, you get into some trauma event, you work with your hands and you cut off your hand. If you get cancer, you get something that's an unforeseen event, which means you're no longer in a position to earn your income. That'd be pretty scary for the person mentally to go through that, let alone being able to protect the portfolio that they'd built for themselves and their family. So for me, it's important if you're building a portfolio that you need to think about this. And really, if you talk to someone who can help you put that defense in place, you can sleep so much easier at night at the thought of building the portfolio. Because in our view, we can help you conservatively build a portfolio, pay off the principal place of residence debt, buy 3 to 5 investment properties on average, where towards the end of portfolio we retire the debt. So we're not talking about leveraging yourself to extreme levels, but we are talking about putting a safety net in place in the unlikely event that something happens to the income or your lifestyle so that you can protect the portfolio. So today my question to you is, have you thought about the defense? Because in my experience, not a lot of people actually have. So if you haven't, you need to reach out to a suitably qualified financial planner so that they can have that discussion with you so that you can put that protection mechanism in place. And then you have a really rounded portfolio. You get the asset selection right, you get the structuring right around the borrowing, you've cash flowed it down to the granular level in your household, and then you've put that defense in place. You can sleep very, very comfortably knowing that your financial future and the future of your family is being very well protected and also have the best chance for it to grow in value so that you can achieve your financial outcomes.